What's up, you guys? So, I want to talk about direct contact and my involvement with direct contact. We're going to do so while playing Arma. So, I'm sorry for the clickbait. This isn't about, this isn't going to be direct contact gameplay. This is going to be a conversation about early access, about direct contact, about decisions made, and future decisions. So bear with me. We're going to jump in Arma just to have something in the background because we've all got short attention spans, and I like to see something while I'm hearing something. So we're going to jump in here real quick and have a little bit of a conversation. So my involvement with direct contact started, what would that be? Maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. It's very early on in my whole, content creation thing. I had less than 1,000 subscribers, I believe, or if not less than, just at or over. And I thought, you know what? I want to get involved with these guys. They made the comment of "you can grow with us," and that sounded appealing. That sounded really appealing. So that was something I wanted to do. So I got involved with these guys. And pretty much the deal was like, hey, make some videos for us, get our name out there, and we'll give you a key to the game so you can play it. So that was kind of the deal there. There was no money ever exchanged or talked about. There was none of that. But there was the agreement that I would make some videos for them. So eventually they gave me the key, which, in honesty, is probably going to be taken away after this video, which devs do as you feel. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your game anymore. I've tried. Do what you will. It sounds like it's moving in a direction that's not my niche anyway, so do what you will. But moving on. So yeah, I get the Steam key. I start to play the game, and expectedly, I run into a few bugs. I reach out to the developer. I'm like, hey man, I ran into these. I just wanted to let you know. And I pretty much got, okay, cool, keep us posted. And I was like, all right, they're very early access. That's a fair response. So I keep moving on. I make a couple of videos. But the more I play it, I start to realize, man, some of these bugs are pretty game breaking. Like, what are they doing? So I reached back out to them. I'm like, one day, and I said, hey, man, I was playing with some buddies of mine. We ran into some more bugs. These were ones where we had to physically restart the entire game. And that's obviously not Steam ready. If you need to fully restart the game regularly or reinstall the game regularly, it's not Steam ready. So these things were brought up to Ed, and I pretty much got told that they're graphical issues. And, that's just kind of going to happen for a little bit until everything gets tweaked. And, okay, sure. We're not on Steam yet. We're still in like Patreon early access. So, game. Moved on. So after the first few videos, I thought, okay, I need to actually start showing people what's going on. But there were some stipulations in the videos where I wasn't allowed to show bugs. So I made a video with a buddy of mine where we ran through the Maryland map, which is like the house, and there's the president's family's been, hit, and you got to go in, like, recover intel. Ignore the family. Recover the intel and exfil. Glid did a video about that mission. So I tell him, hey, I've got this video. I've got it all recorded. I'm about to start editing it, but I want to let you know there are some bugs that are going to have to stay in. Just because of the flow of the mission, I can't just cut out that big block. And he tells me, don't post that video. You're not allowed to post that video. We're not showing bugs right now, which we never did. If you ever wondered why direct contact videos were hyper cut, it's because they were probably cutting out bugs, unfortunately. So I told him at that time, I said, listen, man, I was like, I'm kind of worried about the release here, because, yeah, sure, like, if you're in the Patreon early access, you're expecting bugs. If you're in the Patreon early access, you probably enjoy being a part of something that's developing. You probably enjoy finding those bugs and being a part of that creative process. So I kind of just let that roll. I have to re-record that video. So because there's bugs and he doesn't want bugs, I'm going to have to make a new video. So a little while goes by, and I'm not just going to stop making content. So I make 2 more videos, and they're not direct contact related. The developer messages me and he said, "Hey, I noticed you've posted 2 new videos and neither one of them are direct contact. Maybe I should just pull your Steam key and pull your friend's Steam keys since you're not making content." And that was my first, that's unreasonable. That was my first time seeing that. So I messaged him back. I was like, "Listen, man, like, I'm trying. I just have to re-record that video since I can't use the old one." And he gave me some more grief, and I ended up just calling him on Discord and being like, "Hey, man, what's up?" And he did apologize. I'm not going to get too much into that conversation because it got personal, but I'll respect his privacy there. Regardless, that's not how you treat people, especially people that were the content creators that were like putting our neck on the line, being like, "Here, let me make some videos for you." We move on from that. I make another video. We move on. We're down the line now. Let me pick some new scenery here before you guys get bored. This is our stack Arma server, by the way. If you're interested, come join. This is our medical area. A little bit of time goes by, and I continue to talk to Ed, and I keep telling him, "Hey, man, I'm hitting bugs. I'm hitting bugs. I'm hitting bugs." And one time I hit some bugs that were, I hit a couple of keys at the same time, and it just caused a mess up. And he blamed me for changing my keybinds. And he said, "Well, you can't be changing keybinds. The way the keybinds are now, they work." And he showed me the whole tree about how everything works. And it does look like a lot of work. I genuinely believe these devs are full of passion. But I believe they're, how do I phrase that? So there's a phrase that I've taken on recently in making content that's called "murder your darlings," which pretty much means, you know, just because you've nurtured and babied and created this thing doesn't mean it's good. Just because you've put a bunch of time in this doesn't mean it's good. Just because I put a lot of time in editing a scene doesn't mean it's good. You got to be ready to murder your darling. But what the developers are in a state of is they can't do that. They put so much passion into it that this is good no matter what you say. And the players are picking up on that arrogance, and I believe that that's a problem. And now I'm seeing people who come into the Discord, and they'll make a comment. They'll say, "Man, it sucks." They'll say, "Man, I can't play this game right now. It's unplayable. I keep having to restart the game." And a couple of guys who are huffing insane amounts of copium will try to defend the game, and it will spark a conversation that ends up sounding like an argument. And the Discord, the general chat has been deleted beyond a certain point. So a lot of those negative reviews that ended up on Discord are gone. It's because they just deleted them. And they put in a blurb where they were like, "Actually, I'll just show you." So they put in this blurb about, you know, be respectful of others and their opinions, but then they ban the people who come in with poor opinions. You could disagree without being a jerk. You know, what to say. Discord's not a place for sensitive topics such as politics. I mean, they do have, you know, the regular terms of service for Discord. But then you get people that come in and post this stuff. Admin, banned. And there's a guy down here that says, "The message above comes off not the way you want it to. It comes off as you want people to fear you. It should mention harassing game devs and others, but the crap storm part did not need to be added." And that's this part right here. Other individual members here, thus creating a proverbial crap storm, will suffer the consequences. They will not be tolerated. And the crap storm was just surrounding the game's poor performance at release. I feel this is a very, very hostile way to handle criticism. I mean, let's go ahead and pull up the Steam reviews and look through those. Now, we all know Steam, sometimes players are just excessively, you know, against the game. Sometimes. But for the most part, these are genuine reviews about stuff that I have seen. Should have been delayed for another year. I agree. Can't recommend in its current state. Devs are polite. Potential is vast, but as it stands right now, it should not have been launched. Turns out the dev is a piece of trash and incapable of taking criticism. I take back my comment earlier. This is stuff that will kill your game. If you are releasing a game that's not quite ready, Blue Drake said it in his most recent video about direct contact. He said, if you're going to release a game that's not great, you need to fully embrace the "it's not great." You know, and just say, "Hey, listen, this thing kind of sucks. We're looking for help." Make the game like $5 for right now and be like, hey, it's $5. Come in, help us out. Like, just take it on the chin. Some criticize execution, games badly designed in the first place. Like, man, they are just getting crushed. And I hate to see it because, like, in the beginning, they really had something there. Like, when I first started talking to these guys, the developer told me that he played a lot of Arma. He was like, man, Arma was my passion back in the day, and I really just want to build that on a new engine. I want to build a new and improved Arma. And that got me pumped, because I was just then getting into Arma really big. I was excited for that. But then here recently, he did something that I don't know if anybody asked for. I never saw it in the chat, in the general chat for the Discord, but he added the whole store function, where you have to buy your medical supplies. I'm totally cool with, having to equip it. Like an Arma, you have to equip your kit. I think that part's fun. Tactical Barbie's cool. Every game should have Tactical Barbie. But when I have to purchase my crap as a default setting, that makes no sense. Because now you get like these frontline funds. And I asked him, I said, why are we doing that? And he said, well, I wanted to bring in the casual player. I wanted to bring in the player who just wanted to, have like kind of a Tarkov experience. And I was like, oh, we're becoming Tarkov. I don't want that. So I mentioned at the beginning of the video that this whole video might get my Steam key removed. Sure, whatever. But that's fine, because apparently they're moving the direction of Tarkov, which isn't my direction. My direction is MILSIM. My direction is Arma, Ready or Not, Ground Branch. That's my direction, not Tarkov. Tarkov is not a tactical game anymore. So a big selling point for Direct Contact since the early days was the best engine out there. Unreal Engine 5, Unreal Engine 5 point, insert newest, like, point whatever. And, that's cool and all. It's cool. It's great to have cool graphics. But more important than graphics is good mechanics. Tactical Assault VR is a phenomenal example of this. Tactical Assault VR is, like, low poly. Tactical Assault VR is, like, the players look like blocks almost. And people are still crushing it. They love that game because the mechanics are fantastic. So that game is a perfect example of, man, mechanics override appearance all day long. BattleBit was another one. It's literally blocks, and people loved that game purely for the fact of it's fun. It works. But Direct Contact's main selling point became, look at the graphics. And I don't care how good the graphics are if I can't play the game. The game is what I'm buying it for, not the graphics. If I just wanted to see good pictures, I would just go on Google and just look up images of cool scenes, of explosions and things like that. But I'm looking for a game. So guys, I really don't know what else I can say here about Direct Contact. It never should have been released in the state it was. The developers need to take a serious anti-pride pill and murder your darlings. You need to figure out who your audience is and target them. Your audience for forever was the MILSIM group, and then at the last second you start making a store and distributing frontline funds so you can buy things that help you not die when you play. The decisions were odd. The direction was odd. The handling of criticism was atrocious and an insult to people who buy your game. It's, just because they make a mention of how something ran terribly doesn't mean that they, wish you harm or wish you hate. They want a good game, man. So all that said, best wishes to the Direct Contact devs. I really hope you've gotten berated with criticisms over the past couple days, and I really hope that you internalize those and make this the game you initially promised. I really hope that happens. I'm probably not going to be sticking around the scene anymore, especially if it continues in the Tarkov route. I'm probably not going to be making videos anymore. For Direct Contact, but all that was to Direct Contact. But right now I'm also going to speak to the viewers, those of you who watch my videos. Thanks for watching my videos. A lot of you came to my channel through Direct Contact, and That being said, I really hate that it turned out this way. I really do. I wish it had gone better. I wish I could have built a community like I'm building in Arma. I wish I could have built that in direct contact one day, or at least had this community from Arma move into it. But I don't see that happening. I'm probably not going to be taking on working with a dev anytime soon, unless it's Ready or Not a ground branch. You've already proven yourself 10 billion times over. I will accept anything you want, pretty much. But I will show your bugs. I will show your flaws. I will be honest. Because my first commitment is to the viewers, not to some dev who doesn't care. The next time you see me touting a game that I feel like officially touting a game, it's going to be because that game slaps and you should buy it right there and then. So in the meantime, I hope you guys all have a great day. I hope if you enjoy direct contact that you continue to do so. I hope if you don't enjoy it that you get fully refunded and that you continue to follow it and maybe one day give it a try again if they fix up their game. So all that being said, everybody, please be safe, stay happy, and peace out.